This is the appointed time of the House Committee. We have a quorum. I call the meeting to order. Item number 1, matters arising. The Chief Secretary indicated that the Financial Secretary delivered the 2025-26 budget on Wednesday, 26th of February. Yesterday, the FS gave a briefing to the Finance Committee. After that, Policy Bureau will explain to members on the various measures. They will also answer questions in special FC meetings. The aim is to get members to have give members a better understanding of the budget. The CS also indicated that in the formulation of the budget, the government has listened to various sectors, say political parties, legislators, deputations as members. The government wants to respond to the aspirations of various sectors. At the same time, they want to show that the government manages public finances prudently and make good use of market resources and opportunities brought by technological development to accelerate development. 2. Legal Service Division report on subsidiary legislation. 11 items. 1. Subsidiary legislation gazetted on 21st of February 2025. Paper number LS 13 of 2025. There are 9 items of subsidiary legislation in this report. Legal advisor, please. Thank you. First is LN 24. This is to amend Schedules 4 and 5 of the Dentist Registration Ordinance to add 35 institutions so that the specified institutions can provide services in terms of training as well as dental care service by limited registration and special registration dentists. The panel on health services was not consulted. This came into effect on the date of its publication, that is the 21st of February. We have not identified any drafting or legal difficulties. Thank you. In relation to LN 24, anyone who would like to form a subcommittee? If so, please raise your hands. No. Please continue. Next, I will go through LN 25 and 20 and LN 30. They are both in relation to the statutory minimum wage. First, LN 30. This is to amend Schedule 3 of the Minimum Wage Ordinance to the effect that starting from the 1st of May this year, the minimum hourly wage will be revised from $40 to $42.1. And in relation to LN 25, this is subsequent to the revision of statutory minimum wage to amend the 9th schedule of the Employment Ordinance to increase the monetary cap of keeping records of hours from $16,300 per month to $17,200 per month. The panel on manpower was not consulted on the 2 legal notices. These will come into effect on the 1st of May. We have not identified any difficulties in drafting and legal aspects. That's my report for LN 25 and 30. Thank you. In relation to these 2 notices, members, would you like to form a subcommittee to look into it? No? Please continue. I will now present 4 items, that is LN 26 to LN 29. They are subsidiary legislation to tie in with the onboarding of the 4th batch of MPF schemes. This specified that the 7th of May this year is to be specified as the day on which the approved trustees must begin to use the MPF platform. For LN 27 to LN 29, they are to appoint the 7th of August of this year as the material day relating to savings and fee setting of MPF schemes for certain specified constituent funds. Please refer to paragraphs 16 to 23. The development of the MPF schemes has been briefed to panel on financial affairs. Members indicated that they have no special issues with it. We have not identified any difficulties in terms of legal and drafting aspects. Members, would you like to form a subcommittee to look into these notices? No? Please continue. I now move on to LN 31. It aims to amend Schedule 1 that is the statutes of COHK in relation to two provisions. The first one is in relation to retirement requirement, and the other one is in relation to the awarding of doctorate degrees. Please refer to paragraphs 23 and 24. This will come into effect on the 18th of April 2025. We have not identified any legal or drafting difficulties in relation to this notice. Members, would you like to form a subcommittee in relation to this notice? If you do, please raise your hands. No. The last subsidiary legislation is LN 32. This is to amend the United Nations sanctions the Central African Republic Regulation 2020 to extend certain sanctions to the 31st of July 2024 pursuant to the latest announcement of the Security Council. These are in relation to supply, sale, transfer, or carriage of arms, as well as certain assistance. Please refer to 29 for details. Paragraph 29 for details. This came into operation on the 21st of February this year. Well, the LN is not required to be tabled in legislature and not subject to amendment by the legislature. We have not identified any difficulties. That's my report for LN 32. Members, would you like to form a subcommittee to look into this legal notice? If you do, please raise your hands. Okay. Let me remind members in relation to the 8 items tabled to the legislature on the 26th of February, that is LN 24 to 31. If you would like to make amendments, the deadline for making amendment is the council meeting on the 26th of March. 2. Subsidiary legislation gazetted on the 26th of February. Paper number LN 14 of 2025. This report covers 2 items of subsidiary legislation related to measures announced in the budget. Legal advisor. First, I will report on legal notice 33. This is to amend the immigration ordinance to give effect to a proposal in the budget. It specifies that for each entry, change of condition of stay, or extension of limit of stay, the application fee will be revised to $600. In relation to visa permit, the fees will be adjusted in accordance with the length of stay. If it is less than 180 days, the application fee is $600. If it's more than 180 days, the fees are $1,300. This came into effect on the 26th of February. Please refer to paragraphs 1 and 2. We have not identified any difficulties in relation to this legal notice. Thank you. Members, would you like to form a subcommittee? If so, please raise your hands. No. Next one. Next is LN 34. This is done under the Public Revenue Protection Ordinance. It gives immediate effect to another measure in the budget, that is, to raise the maximum value of properties chargeable to a stamp duty from $3 million to $4 million. This gives immediate effect to the relevant provisions, and it came into operation on the 11th at 11 o'clock a.m. on the 26th of February. This is a temporary measure, and it has a validity period of 4 months. if this is not replaced, then the original provision will continue to be in effect. We have made inquiries with the administration. You will find our question and the answer in the annex. We have not identified any legal or drafting difficulties in relation to this LN. We understand that there will be a first reading of the bill on the 19th of March. We will make a report to members in the House Committee on the 21st of March. If members think that they need to look into the policy matters in relation to this, members may wait till 21st of March before they decide whether to set up a Bills Committee. That's all for my report in relation to the stamp duty order. As the legal advisor said that the administration plans to introduce the relevant bill on the 19th of March. The content of the bill is basically the same as this subsidiary legislation. When the bill, after the bill has been read for the first time in the council meeting, we will handle this bill on the House Committee meeting on the 21st of March. We will then decide whether to form a Bills Committee to look into the bill. Members, would you like to, at this stage, form a subcommittee to scrutinize LN 34? If so, please raise your hands. Let me remind members, in relation to the two items, that is LN 33 and 34, the deadline for making amendment is the council meeting on the 16th of April. Item 3, business for the council meeting of 19th of March 2025. A. Questions. Members, please take note. The deadline for registration is midnight today, that is the 28th of March. B. Government bills first reading and second reading debate to be adjourned. 1. Stamp Duty Amendment Bill 2025. 2. Registration of Titles and Land Miscellaneous Amendments Bill 2025. The House Committee will handle these bills in the meeting on the 21st of March. Government motions. 1. Proposed resolution under Section 7, Bracket 1 of the Public Finance Ordinance, paper number LS 15 2025. I defer to the legal advisor. Thank you. This proposed resolution is to apply for vote on account at the LegCo so that the government will have sufficient fund to run from the start of the financial year on the 1st of April till the appropriation bill is passed. The amount does not exceed about $177 billion, which is around 28% of the total appropriation. We understand that the amount and the percentage are the same as that of last year. Please refer to paragraph 2 to 6 for details. We have not identified any legal or drafting difficulties in relation to this legal notice, in relation to this report. Members, if you would like to form a subcommittee to look into this proposed resolution, please raise your hands. If not, please note that on the 19th of March, that is the next council meeting, the administration will move the proposed resolution. Items 2 to 4. Proposed resolution under the Employees Compensation Ordinance, Pneumoconiosis and Mesothelioma Compensation Ordinance, and Occupational Deafness Compensation Ordinances. They are to be moved by the Secretary for Labour and Welfare. I will now defer to the legal advisor. The proposed resolutions aim to seek the LegCo's endorsements for the increase of amounts of a number of compensation items. The range of increase is from 3.8% to 86.3%. They reflect movement in wage levels as well as the CPIA, as well as a refined pre-existing indicator. For details, please refer to paragraphs 2 to 5. The Manpower panel has been consulted in December last year. If the 3 proposed resolutions are endorsed, the revised amounts will take effect on the 17th of April. We have not identified any legal or drafting difficulties in relation to the 3 proposed resolutions. Thank you. Members, anyone who would like to form a subcommittee to look into these proposed resolutions? If so, please raise your hands. If not, please note that the administration will move the proposed resolutions on the council meeting on the 19th of March. The next one is also from the Secretary for Labour and Welfare. Is a proposed resolution under Section 16 Bracket 3 of the Protection of Wages on Insolvency Ordinance, paper number LS 17 of 2025. Legal Advisor, thank you. This is to seek the legislative endorsements to make amendments to the Protection of Wages on Insolvency Ordinance to enable the Commissioner for Labour to increase the maximum amount of an ex gratia payment in respect of a severance payment from $100,000 plus 50% of the remaining amount to $200,000 plus 50% of the remaining amount. The panel on manpower was consulted on in December last year. Members also raised a number of concerns. They supported the proposal. We have not identified any legal or drafting difficulties in relation to the proposed resolution. Members, anyone who would like to form a subcommittee to look into the proposed resolution? If so, please raise your hands. If not, please note that the administration will move the proposed resolutions in the council meeting on the 19th of March. The members' motions. The deadline for allocation of debate slot for the council meeting on that day is 5 p.m. tomorrow. 4. Advance information on business for the council meeting of 26th of March 2025. Government motion. A proposed resolution under Section 13 Bracket 2 of the Hong Kong Export Credit Insurance Corporation Ordinance by the Secretary for Commerce and Economic Development. Paper number LS 18 of 2025. Legal advisor, please. This is the last proposed resolution of today. This seeks the endorsement of the LegCo to increase the maximum indemnity percentage to be specified from 90% to 95%. This is to implement a proposal in the policy address. The panel on Commerce, Industry, Innovation and Technology did not oppose to the proposal in the meeting on October 2024. The proposed increase will take effect if it's approved by the LegCo, and it will take effect when it's published in Gazette on the 28th of March 2025. Members, anyone who would like to form a subcommittee to look into the proposed resolution? If so, please raise your hands. If not, please note that the administration will move the proposed resolutions in the council meeting on the 26th of March. Item 5, report of Bills Committee and subcommittees. We have 2 committees that will make a report.
1. Report of the Bills Committee on Air Pollution Control Amendment Bill 2024, LC paper number CB bracket 1289/2025. I invite Mr. Bill Tang, Chairman of the Bills Committee, to make the report. Thank you, Madam Chair. The main purpose of the Air Pollution Control Amendment Bill 2024 is to amend the Air Pollution Control Ordinance Cap 311 and its subsidiary legislation to revise the air quality objectives, or AQOs, empower the Secretary for the Environment and Ecology to amend the AQOs by notice published in the Gazette, and to introduce a statutory closure notice mechanism for combating unlicensed specified process operations. The Bills Committee held 3 meetings and invited written views from the public on the bill. The major issues discussed by the committee include the considerations and assessment for updating the AQOs, the procedures for revising the AQOs, and the implementation details of the closure notice mechanism. Having considered members' views, the administration will propose amendments to the bill to provide for prohibition on interfering with closure notices and make the corresponding textual amendments. The Bills Committee has no objection to these amendments and will not propose any CSAs. The Bills Committee has completed the scrutiny of the bill. The administration plans to move a motion to resume the second reading debate on the bill at the Council meeting on the 19th of March. The Bills Committee has no objection. Details of members' discussions on the bill are set out in the report for the House Committee's reference. Thank you, Mr. Bill Tang. Mr. Lai Tong Kwok. Sorry, I pressed the button by mistake. If members have no objection or particular views on this, the second debate on this bill will resume at the Council meeting of the 19th of March. If members want to propose amendments, the deadline for giving the notice of amendment is Monday, March 10th. 2. Report of the Bills Committee on Courts Remote Hearing Bill. I invite Professor Priscilla Leung, Chair of the Bills Committee, to give us the report. Madam Chair, the Court's Remote Hearing Bill seeks to provide for the application for and the operation and effect of remote hearings for court proceedings in Hong Kong. The Bills Committee held 6 meetings and invited written submissions from the public. Members in general support the bill. They consider that the use of remote hearings in legal proceedings is effective in enhancing judicial efficiency and the efficiency of the industry in Hong Kong. Remote hearings would also enable the courts to better tackle unforeseen and complicated situations, such as pandemics. Members agree, as stipulated in the bill, that national security proceedings, both criminal or civil, shall not be conducted through a remote medium, and that criminal trials and hearings before the juvenile court shall be classified as excluded proceedings. That means these proceedings shall not be conducted through a remote medium. Members noted that while criminal trials are regarded as excluded proceedings, if the judge finds it appropriate, certain witnesses may, in the trial proper of a criminal proceeding, give evidence remotely. Some members raised concerns about how to ensure witnesses participating in remote hearings outside Hong Kong do so voluntarily without coercion or interference. The Judiciary Administration pointed out that under Clause 9 of the bill, in deciding whether to make, vary, or revoke a remote hearing order, the court must consider different factors applicable, including the measures to be taken to ensure that evidence is given freely without coercion or other influence. Members were also concerned about how the judiciary would, in the course of a remote hearing, guard against computer virus infiltration, data leakage, and other security issues. Members were also worried that lawbreakers would join a remote hearing by using deepfake technology to impersonate a true witness. The Judiciary Administration said the judiciary attaches great importance to data protection and IT security, and that it has formulated a mechanism for the operation of remote hearings to prevent impersonators from taking part in court's remote hearings. The bill also proposes to introduce new offenses to criminalize the unauthorized recording and publication of physical and remote hearings. as well as the recording and publication of broadcast proceedings. As the bill also provides for defenses for these offenses, members were concerned whether these defense provisions are too lenient. The Judiciary Administration explained that in considering whether it is unlawful to make a recording in a court premises, the Department of Justice will look at the seriousness of the matter and the presence of any reasonable excuses before deciding whether to initiate a prosecution. Members were concerned that the proposed amendments to the Criminal Procedures Ordinance and the Hong Kong Court of Final Appeal Ordinance might affect the rights of defendants, especially those without legal representation, to be present at the hearings of an appeal. In response to members' concerns, the administration will introduce proposed amendments to maintain the relevant provisions in the two ordinances and to clearly empower the court to, where appropriate, handle applications for leave to appeal in writing. In addition, in response to other views expressed by members and the legal advisor to the Bills Committee, the administration will propose a number of CSAs as well as textual and technical amendments to improve the provisions. In the course of examining the bill, members raised a number of issues relating to the appropriateness of some of the legal terms used in the bill and the accuracy of the Chinese and English terms. The government responded positively to members' views and is willing to propose amendments concerning those issues. The Bills Committee supports the administration's proposed CSAs and will not propose any amendments to the bill. The Bills Committee has completed the scrutiny of the bill and noted the administration's plan to resume the second reading debate on the bill at the council meeting of the 26th of March. Members have no objection. The Bills Committee will provide a written report later. Thank you, Professor Priscilla Leung. If members have no objection, the second debate on this bill will resume at the council meeting of the 26th of March. If members have any proposed amendments, the deadline for giving the notice of amendment is Monday, the 17th of March. Agenda Item 6, Position on Bills Committees and Subcommittees. As at Thursday, February 27th, there are in action 11 Bills Committees, of which one needs to carry on with the scrutiny of the bill 3 months after its commencement. There are 9 subcommittees under the House Committee. 3 subcommittees on policy issues under panels are in action. There are on the waiting list 4 subcommittees on policy issues. Last agenda item, AOB. There being no further business, meeting adjourned. Thank you.